We don't need to worry about Tony Romo right now. Nope, the Cowboys are just fine, all thanks to two rookies that aren't just contributing, they're dominating. That reads, the only thing that matters is what we do now. That's the harsh reality that is the NFL. Anything short of a Super Bowl after a season like the Cowboys just had would be an overwhelming disappointment. Now their point guard, Darren Williams, won't suit up tonight in Milwaukee because of a calf strain. It's early, but Team Tank starting to look real good. Jerry Jones is clueless. Yeah, I said it. He actually said it too, though, that he has no idea when Tony Romo will be healthy enough to get back on the field. Offense absolutely rolling right now. The defense actually taking the ball away a time or two. Do you dare think this is the year that the Cowboys win the whole thing?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to go there.
Tony Romo spoke for the first time publicly since August 25th in Seattle, the same day he suffered that compression fracture in his back. When that happened, everyone expected Romo to eventually be back. Nobody expected Dak Prescott to be this good. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Hope you've had your fill of family, food, presents, but there's one more waiting for you right here on Sports Sunday. Hi there, I'm Chase Williams in for Ducey tonight, and we're unwrapping the gift that's been giving each of the past 15 weeks. The Dallas Cowboys. Character is a big league pitcher in the middle of a perfect game, and before every pitch, he clears the mechanism, and the crowd falls silent. His focus, unrattled in high leverage situations, and still performs. That's the type of focus Dak Prescott maintains he still has, despite last week's loss. Well, Baylor just doesn't seem to get it. A player tweeted out last night the black uniforms they're wearing today were to pay tribute to fired head coach Art Briles. And then before today's game, T-shirts with CAB or Coach Art Briles across the front were being sold. Does anyone care about the sexual assault victims whose stories were covered up under Briles' tenure? Or is football really that important? The noise emanating in Dallas this week is everything that's wrong with sports today. Too many rant before you think hot takes on social media, radio, and yes, even here on TV. The clock barely read zero before fans were calling for Dak Prescott to be benched in favor of Tony Romo. The Ponies have 4 players averaging double digits in scoring. However, it's their defense that's led them to a 10-3 record. SMU is holding opponents to just 59 points a game. We've laughed, we've cried, we've been irrational on Twitter, but that's what sports does. It's something we have absolutely zero control of, and that's good for the soul. Romo putting him, a major trade chip this offseason, at risk for what? A few snaps? Bill Parcells once said, no matter what you do, you're going to be wrong. Well, that's only the case if the Cowboys don't win the Super Bowl. Well, he's good at that one-legged fadeaway jumper and apparently good at making babies too. Dirk Nowitzki and wife Jessica welcomed in their 3rd child yesterday. Morris Nowitzki weighs in at 7 pounds, 9 ounces, 21 inches. When he's not chasing around the kids, Dirk says he hopes to get back on the court next week. The Cowboys have the NFL's best record at 8-1, and yet all the talk remains Tony Romo, a guy that hasn't stepped on the field once this season. I get it, his heartfelt speech Tuesday was tough to do, but you know what else is tough? The Baltimore run defense. The Cowboys did exactly what they're supposed to do, beat a bad team today. While there was some talk of the Cowboys walking into a trap game, they answered every question posed by the Browns and did it rather convincingly. Rookie Dak Prescott making history in the dog pound this afternoon. First quarter down by 3, Dak to Jason Witten for the score. It's Dak's 10th touchdown pass this season, passing Troy Aikman for the most by a rookie in franchise history. Second quarter, they go with the ground game. Zeke Elliott bounces it outside. He has the dive, gets the extension, and inside the pylon. Zeke, 92 yards, a couple touchdowns. It's 14-3 Cowboys. Dez only had 1 catch today, but his presence on the field leaves Cole Beasley wide open, and Dak doesn't miss. Neither do the Cowboys. They pick up their 7th straight in dominating fashion. Best case scenario for the Mavericks after their 2-9 start, adding a lottery pick to Harrison Barnes. This team is bad. More specifically, they just can't shoot. The Mavs managed just 28% from the floor last night on their way to a 64-point performance. They're dead last in the NBA in points. But the good news is Orlando, tonight's opponent, they're 29th in the league in scoring. So you're saying there's a chance here. Jonathan Gibson, unemployed 2 days ago, but today he's a buzzer-beating shot maker. Gibson, at the end of the 3rd quarter, tickles the twine. He has a team-high 26 points, But it's not enough as the Mavs lose again 95-87. They're off to their worst start since the 93-94 season. Since it is Christmas Eve, I thought I could share my Christmas list that I mailed off to the North Pole. I only asked for 3 things. Number 1, I got engaged. That was pretty awesome. Number 2, this sweater, of course. Thanks, Santa. And number 3, a Cowboys season to remember. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and through the NFC, number 1 are the boys, definitely not Philly. The banner was hung in the rafter with care, with hopes that a 6th Super Bowl soon would be there. The rookie QB and RB nestled all warm in their beds, while hopes of another win danced in their heads. With Linehan as play caller while Marinelli creates sacks, we all settled our brains for a Week 16 and 17 nap. The Cowboys on a Saturday arose with such a clatter. 2 other QBs are hurt, their playoff lives shattered. 2 more days till the good guys play with the Flash. Should Dak and Zeke sit out? Maybe it's time for a Romo comeback. The offense looked great as new fallen snow. Jason Garrett said, "We're focused on right now. Today is how we go." When what to my wandering eyes did appear, a gleeful Jerry laughs as we're all scared with fear. The Cowboys atop the NFC with their eyes all aglow. Jerry and Jason waved to Cowboys Nation below. They hopped on Dak and Zeke's back and said with delight, "Merry Christmas, Cowboys Nation. That 6th Super Bowl is well within sight." So a little something different here on Christmas Eve. Obviously the sweater. So it's been 7 years since the Cowboys have won 7 in a row. Tim Tebow was at Florida. Dak Prescott, he was barely a teenager. Heck, Zeke, well, he was 12 years old. Destiny's Child and Single Ladies didn't exist. Well, at least not like this. It was George W. Bush in the White House as the 43rd President of the United States, and 4G? Nope. 2007, when mannequins were actually mannequins. I'm Chase Williams, Fox 4 Sports. The freakout over last week's 3-point loss should be over because tonight's game with the Bucs is even bigger. Dak Prescott is facing true adversity for the first time as a pro, and here comes Tampa Bay, a team that's won 5 straight and allowed just under 13 points per contest in that streak. Dak doesn't hear the noise, quiets the Romo fans, including Jerry Jones, and throws for 3 touchdowns. Cowboys start a new winning streak, 28-10 over Tampa Bay.